Hello everybody, welcome to another XGR in the morning. I'm your host, Anastasia Laserbeam, and with me today is Chris, aka The Mole, and the stay-at-home dad gamer. And we will go through the usual. We will first discuss our news, and then we'll talk about the games that we played up and catch up. And then we will talk about this week's discussion, which is digital or non-digital games.
So word to be physical.
Yeah. It's a physical or digital games. So, I think we'll start it off with the news.
Go news, go news, go. Go news, go news, go. Go news, go news, go. Fuck out. Oh, fuck it. Why the fuck not? 11-Bit Studios has announced its new intellectual property today called The War of Mine. Sorry? This War of Mine.
Mine?
This War of Mine. As the title suggests, this war is mine is set during a time of open conflict in a modern-day besieged city. Cool, right? We haven't had the war game yet.
Huh.
But 11-Bit Studios has shifted the focus away from military operations. See what they did there? Instead, it's now spotlighting a group of survivors trapped by the hostiles in a dark survival game. Snipers surround their shelter, prevent survivors from leaving during the day, providing ample time for them to craft, upgrade the safe haven, trade, or feed and nurse members of the group, while under the cover of night, they try to leave and salvage food, supplies, and weapons. This War of Mine will reportedly call for life and death decisions to be made just on the fly, requiring you to manage your group and decide if everyone lives or what sacrifices must be made to ensure the survival. But the most harrowing aspect of the game, it's inspired by true events. And it says, while designing a new game, we came across an article that described how one man survived in the besieged city, said Michael Drowzowski. I may be pronouncing his name horribly wrong, like a Pokemon, but Drozdowski?
It sounds like
said Michael, an 11-Bit Studios lead designer. This can happen in your city, in your country. We decided to work around this idea, make something real, something that moves people and makes them think for a second. It's about that time. It's about time that games, just like any other art, start talking about important things. So what do you guys think about that game? That sounds fucking awesome. They haven't announced the system yet, but I'm hoping that's on PS4.
It sounds cool.
That does sound really cool. I like the idea.
Yeah. My next bit of news, I took this just for Richter. Richter, you're a fan of turn-based RPGs, right?
Yes.
Angry Birds developer Ralvo is switching things up a bit in their next entry in the foul-flinging franchise. Angry Birds Epic, a turn-based RPG. This spin-off will feature an extensive crafting system in which weapons, armor, and potions can be made from resources either earned in the game or purchased with microtransactions, everyone's favourite word. An early form of Angry Birds Epic will launch in Canada and Australia this week on iOS, while the final version will come out worldwide on iOS, Android, and Windows Phone 8. And in my personal opinion, expect it on PS3, 360, or in PS4 and Xbox One about 1 year later for like 3 times the price.
Hey!
Only 3 times?
I'm being generous. But what do you think about that one? No one cares.
That's interesting. I mean,
that'll probably make a lot of money.
Yeah.
For stupid people.
But I don't know.
I took that one just because I took that news just because I thought it was stupid enough and I got to troll Richter. If you like turn-based RPGs, so he'd be on his edge of his seat like, oh, what's he got for me? Angry Birds Epic. Oh, mole. But here you go. Many have taken issue with Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zero's steep price of £20 to £30. That's not that steep for a new game, but still. But Sony is sweetening... Oh, sorry, what was that, Rick?
Wasn't that one the demo, though? Ground Zero? Wasn't that like the 2-hour demo?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it was kind of like the Gran Turismo one.
Oh, I see. I didn't know. I thought it'd be Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes as the actual game. My bad. So
No, that's like the... Yeah.
It's like prologue.
Yeah, it's like... That's why people have an issue with the price.
Yeah. But Sony is sweetening the pot by allowing pre-orders of the game to now come with Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker HD. Unfortunately, the PS4 in Europe, I don't know about US, doesn't have Ground Zeroes available to pre-order. I hate saying this. I hate saying Ground Zeroes. They need to stop with these stupid names like Revengeance and stuff. But, so it looks like this offer is PS3 only, though they're currently checking to see if it's also coming on PS4. All things considered, this is still a pretty sweet deal. And it says here, Ground Zeroes is a direct sequel to Peace Walker. It's the most vital game to play before this initial impending release. So giving you that as a pre-order bonus is pretty cool.
If I was into that series, I'd be like, oh yeah, super awesome.
Okay. And my last bit of news, just so people didn't think we're only PS4 and 360 and Xbox One and Wii U.
PS4 Master Race,
and
bitches.
shit. Yeah, just so people don't think we're like that. I decided to go proper old school out there for all you board game fanatics. Imagine a world where you could play a word like selfie or twerk in Scrabble. Sounds absurd? These games are now definitely a playable possibility starting later this year. The official Scrabble dictionary is being updated, and according to Hasbro, the intention is to stay relevant to current trends and pop culture events. This update will include thousands of new words for this generation, one of which will be voted by the fans. Already, there are votes for all sorts of words, many of which are kind of silly, like people want hashtag to be one, and other one wants amazeballs. So if you're adamant about getting a certain word in Scrabble, now's your chance. Votes will be taken until March 28th, at which point Scrabble and Merriam-Webster will pick the finalists they can then once again vote for. The fan-selected word will be revealed on April 10th, and the new edition of the official Scrabble's Players Dictionary will come out August.
Oh my god, that's gonna be amazing, because my mom loves Scrabble, so I'm gonna troll her so bad with that. Because I don't know what that is. You don't have to, it's from a video game, but that's not a real word. Scrabble says it is, shut up.
You know what I'm looking forward to?
That's gonna be amazing.
What?
I'm really hoping the word hashtag is one of them.
Huh.
Because if it is, the second someone plays hashtag, can't you then play any other word after it?
Yes.
And then just say, what the hell's that? Now trending. But no, that's my bits of news this week. I was disappointed with the news.
Amazing. Because she loves Scrabble, and she's gonna be so it's gonna piss her off so many all these new words, and it'll be great.
Yeah, I'll admit, as someone that does have somewhere an official Scrabble dictionary, I will not be buying the new one.
I will not be buying the new one. I'll make a statement not to buy the new one.
No, I mean, I'd buy one so I can check it when I'm playing Scrabble. I don't want words like twerk to be in my Scrabble. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I want actual, proper, purist words.
You see, I only play Scrabble to play Scrabble with my mom, and the usual reason I do that is to try to beat her, but now I can annoy her at the same time, so that's the only reason I would play. So.
Ugh, you fucking console gamers. Scrabble Master Race!
Scrabble Master Race, I want that to be a thing.
Not to be confused with the Monopoly Master Race.
That's me right there.
As if they exist.
No, they exist. That's me right there. I always win a Monopoly, man. That's my game.
But that was the end of my newsies. So now it's over to one of you two lovely lads.
I'll go. Because mine's kind of, silly.
As opposed to mine.
I guess. Okay. First up, A city not too unlike mine, in New York City, although mine has a higher crime rate, 28-year-old man set fire to a porch after an argument over a video game, Call of Duty, on Saturday, police said. He lit the porch on fire, causing $2,000 worth of damage, and he's his bail's at $150 for arson.
And the ironic thing was, it was about Call of Duty, but the owners of the house are now ghosts.
That would be amazing, but no one was injured. Just like there's a lot of $20,000 of his property was injured.
Yeah, I waited to make sure no one died or anything. That'd be a horrible
no
joke to
injuries
make.
were reported, but yeah, I just thought it was hilarious. So that was hilarious.
Although shouldn't there be an injury? Because if it's based on Call of Duty, you can stab someone in their gun and it hurts. When he burnt that porch, some old guy inside should have been going, "Oh, my porch," and holding his arm.
If it's Call of Duty, I hope it was about either knives, camping, or backstabbing.
I'm just glad they should be happy that the porch didn't have martyrdom, because he would have set it on fire and then just grenades would have come out and killed him too.
Nice.
Anyway, so that was fun.
That's why Richter's our terrorist expert.
All he has to do now is grow a beard, and he'll be like 100% on.
Or, if they know him in Afghanistan, bald laden.
Alright.
Wow.
It's a horrible pun. But it's totally worth it.
Next up, Valve developed the upcoming Portal board game. Woo!
Woo!
I like there's a dice with a companion cube on it, although I doubt it's actual dice, but it's probably like a character piece or something you move around, but it kind of looks like dice because it's a cube. But that's cool. Anyway, they said it's between 2 to it is
Wait.
2 to
You're saying the companion cube looks like a cube?
yeah, I know. Crazy.
At least
Well,
mark
they have
those spoilers.
Well, they have those little character pieces here, and they have the companion cube, which is set to, like, on the picture, it's set to look like dice, but it's not. Like,
Fair enough.
that's how it's arranged in the picture.
Yeah. I saw that picture. It looks like a cool game.
Yeah. And apparently there's 2 to 3 people actively working at a time, but you can have a few, up to, like, 8 or 10, 8 to 12 people in the game. That's pretty cool. I like big games.
So when you're playing it, can you say something to the other player, would you like some cake? And when you go, yeah, smash a plate around their face and go, the cake is a lie.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding, because I don't think there will be a cake is the lie reference in that because of how much they hate that reference.
Yeah, it says it wants to do a bit more polishing on it, but bits were coming along awesome.
Yeah, because I will say that amazed me that when they made Portal 2, they said they did not want the cake is a lie reference in there because at this point it was too cliched. Which means I was like, wow, so references to your first game would now be considered too cliched because of how much the internet's exploded with them. Nice.
I'm betting that, like, Elder Scrolls Online has no references to arrows in the knee.
Okay.
They also with that board game, didn't they mention Valve since they created themselves when they pitched the idea? Wasn't it like 99% complete? So it was like no fucking work for the board game people to do.
Pretty much.
Slightly polished.
They said they wanted some time to polish it, so that's why it's not like out now. Okay, last bit of news, which is just it's just like hey, humanity doesn't completely 100% suck, only like 99% news. So basically, this guy here, Ben Heck, you may have already heard, he's made a controller that all the buttons are on one side, so you could have one hand. Like, if you lose an arm, you can still play video games with, because you only need one hand to do it. Because all the buttons are on one side, and, like, you can, assuming that, you can actually, like, master it, which probably would still be harder, but, at least it's better than nothing, Better than being, oh no, I lost an arm, now I can never play video games again, kill yourself. Now you can still, like, play. That's awesome.
Is this a pack-in for the next Dead or Alive beach volleyball game?
Oh my god, no. But I think it was really cool that a guy, like, made this,
what that control pad's actually for? It's to play Infamous Second Son while your other hand holds the Red Bull. It's the pre-order bonus.
Maybe. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. If you guys want to see here, you can see the video of it. Like, obviously you guys can't have it, but
we'll watch that later. But or it could also be for the joke we made a while back. It could be for Final Fantasy players. They use one hand to play in the game and the other hand to jack off because that's all they're good for.
Yeah. It was in, like, there's a whole big spread on it in Time magazine, so it's pretty awesome.
And I'm kidding, Final Fantasy players.
Yeah.
Only little.
Heh. So...
No, I'm kidding. Final Fantasy players aren't the ones that jack off. The ones that do, like, the fan art of, like, all the Final Fantasy characters topless and, like, fucking in leather pants and shit, yeah.
I don't know, because, like, my friend, Mark... He used to, or ex-friend, he used to tell me about how he would just play, Diablo for like 12 hours a day while jacking off. And he could do both very well. Or so he tells me. I only can verify he played Diablo well. I wasn't sure
so you're
about
saying he didn't turn the sticky keys off.
Nice.
I imagine they were sticky and they could never be turned off ever. They'll never be non-sticky again.
Nice.
But seriously, like, god damn, that's all he does is freaking stay in his room, masturbate, and play Diablo. That's all he knows how to do.
I think both me and Richter are going to say, what's wrong with that?
Well, you might have to, like, Richter has to probably do, like, take his kids to school and make them come back, and, you know, I'm sure his wife needs a little bit of attention. That's at least 3 times you have to stop playing Diablo.
No, what he does when his wife comes home, he's like, here you go, honey, you had a long day at work. Here you go, have a drink. She drinks it, and it's been drugged, so she passes out. And he's like, okay, back to Diablo. And then when she wakes up, and she's like, oh, what happened? Oh, I'm sorry, honey, you fell asleep telling me all about your wonderful day. Can you believe that bitch at your office?
Oh my god. That's great. I kind of want that to be a thing now.
Well, every time she falls over because he's like the most caring husband ever.
No, I mean, like, remember that bitch at the office? Like, it could be nobody, but, like, now, like, all of a sudden, like, he's like, oh, I told you, and, like, that's a legitimate thing now, because that could be anybody, you know?
Yeah, because that could be anybody, because I'm sorry, all women have somebody that they work with, they're like, she's a bitch.
Luckily, I haven't had that yet, but, you know, who knows?
I mean, guys work with someone who they don't like, and they're just like, he's a tool, and they don't talk about him. Women don't like him, and they bring it up in every conversation, more than they do about their friends.
Pretty much. Because, you know, they say if, you know, one person tells you something good that happened, they're probably told, like, 8 people about the bad things that happened.
Yeah.
So what's your news, Richter?
Okay, my news. First up, Shoryuken reports that Nintendo's has approved Super Smash Melee, whatever you want to call it, the one before the tripping, is now going to be included in 2014's EV and MLG events. So that's pretty cool, considering the drama.
No. How would I survive?
Considering all the drama they had, I guess it's good that they got it out of the way first. Like, oh yeah, we'll have it. Oh, okay.
My guess is Nintendo have only done that for one reason.
Oh.
Having Smash Brothers there hypes up the name Smash Brothers again.
That would be the smart thing to do.
Isn't there another one coming out this year?
Oh, I bet there is.
Yeah, they should have like a trailer or something. That'd be amazing. That would really get the hype up.
No, because isn't the new one supposed to take features from the Melee one and put it in the new one? Isn't dashing back? Thank fuck.
Maybe wave dashing, you mean?
Yeah, where you the one where you used to go like, and you used to be able to just, like, speed through everything. Which some people are like, oh god, that's too hard, take it out for Brawl. Which I was like, no, because it's a skill you have to master. That's like taking out moves from Street Fighter just because you can't block them. It's like, no. But I believe the new one said it was to take a feature, so I believe that was just to possibly hype up the new Smash Brothers. That would be the really intelligent thing to do, like you said. But what's your next big news?
So they probably didn't. That's probably not their. Anyway, next up, indie publisher Midnight City announced that they're going to partner with Double Fine to release Costume Quest 2 for PC and consoles. Yay! It's supposed to come out next year, and if you have not played the original Costume Quest and you like RPGs, I would definitely recommend it. Pretty short game, but really awesome concept, and it was really fun.
I have played the demo with that on the PS3. I didn't actually upgrade it or buy it, but I liked it enough, if that makes sense, where I think I'm thinking of the same one. It's not the one where they look like the Animal Crossing villager guy, but then you can dress them up in different costumes, like a knight one, so they can go and get, like, some extra abilities and shit as they're going through, like, the streets at Halloween.
Yeah, basically, you play as a little kid with a big head, well, a team of them, and they wear Halloween costumes that look normal, but when you enter battle, they, like, basically transform into the representation of that. So the one of the costumes, it's like cardboard boxes with tinfoil, and he's a robot, but then in battle, he's actually a big robot.
Yeah, I've seen like I remember the demo of that, and I thought that was awesome. And I don't know if you agreed with the fact I thought they looked like the villager from Animal Crossing, but
They do, kind of.
But I like that game, so cool. I'll have to probably buy the first one, because it'll probably go on sale when the second one comes out.
Yeah, hopefully, because that was a cool game. Also had DLC for it, which wasn't quite as good, but still worth playing.
The DLC for that should have been licensed DLC, where you get like a bad Batman costume, and in battle, I'm Batman. Turn into Mugen.
And last bit of news, Keiji Inafune, father of Mega Man, announced that he's partnering with Init Creates to release Azure Striker Gunvolt on the 3DS this summer in Japan. And they have a gameplay trailer of it, and not surprising, looks a lot like the Mega Man games, the Mega Man Zero games for the DS. Which so it's like, oh, the guy that made Mega Man is making another Mega Man-like game. And even the name, Azure Striker, Blue Bomber, oh, okay, fine. But it looks pretty cool, actually.
Is that the Kickstarter one that looked just like Mega Man?
No, that one is Mighty Number 9. This is apparently, considering that one is still probably a year off, and this one's coming out this summer, it's theorized that he actually had mostly made this one, and then the Kickstarter's for, like, the one after that, basically.
Ah. Wait, is the Mighty Number N, or whatever the hell you said, is that the one I've played, the Switch Force Hyper Edition, or whatever the fuck it's called on Wii?
No, Mighty Number 9 is the one that he Kickstarted that's a lot, even more like Mega Man than this one.
Ah, fair enough. I couldn't remember what the hell the name of the one I played on Wii was.
Mighty Switch Force.
That was it, because that plays similar to Mega Man. Similar, but not exactly like it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But cool.
Oh, yeah, game looks cool. There's a trailer for it. It looks really cool. I don't know, it's on 3DS. I've heard it probably will come to the US and probably EU, because the website actually has English, and the trailer, as far as I know, was actually translated. So, like, not by just a person doing it. So hopefully it'll come out.
No, it was translated by Google Translate.
They just put it at the bottom.
That'd be hilarious.
I missed the YouTube, the transcripts that were so terrible that they would try to do.
Yeah, they were awesome. But I will say, I can't remember what page it was now. There was some Japanese page I went on a while back for a video game, and no joke, when I translated it in Google Translate to see what it said, at the bottom, it actually said, and this was actually in Japanese at the time, it said at the bottom, if you're in the English-speaking countries, please translate. And I was like, wow. Either A, Google have got really smart and started to add that, which they hadn't on any other page, or B, wow, that's lazy. And you put a language they couldn't read anyway.
That is all my news for this week.
Alright, I guess we'll go on to catch up what games that everybody has played. Yay! Criminal Fail!
Just to keep with the trend, I will go first.
Okay.
Because I am English, as is my right. But no.
What?
I'm kidding with the Englishman goes first, as is his right. No, I'm not that racist. I'm not going to say hi to someone, but yeah. But I will say, first game I played, Ninja, and I'll say this correctly, Ninja Gaiden?
I thought it was Gaiden.
It's either Gaiden or Gaiden.
Well, Gaiden
Yeah.
makes me think like
I've
Simon,
officially learned it's not Garden, so Ninja Gaiden or Gaiden, one of them, Stigma. I played through the first chapter of that, and that's pretty cool. The controls are pretty easy, you have to go like, and do all the slashing, and I'll admit, I got more amused than I should have at part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know when you run along the water?
Uh-huh.
I kept running along the water and stopping to sink, and running along the water and stopping to sink, and running along the water. And I'm like, yay! They got some physics right, yay! And then I went back into battle, I was like, ah! But yeah, I don't really like using them. Some of the controls I don't like too much, like, it feels weird using, the magic on it.
Uh-huh.
It feels a little weird using some of them and swapping between them, and I'll admit the graphics could be better, but it was an older game, so I'll give it some leeway. But the gameplay alone, it plays pretty good, so that's pretty cool. When I played more of that, you'll hear more about it. And the second bit of news, which I will be reviewing in a couple of weeks with Pew Pew over there.
Yay!
South Park, The Stick of Truth. I'm going to try and avoid a lot of spoilers for this, so I don't ruin it for people, but I will say the game is fun. It's a great turn-based RPG. I know some people, like the Fallen Angel, who couldn't be here today, mentioned he thought it could have served just as a DS game, which, like I said to him, I thought there was too much content to be a DS game. And at the same time, he mentioned he doesn't really watch South Park, so I'm like, there's so many in-jokes and stuff for there where if you're a fan of South Park, you will love that game so much more, if that makes sense. But it's pretty good, and they do some pretty hilarious jokes in there. Like, for example, and like I said, I'm not going to give too many spoilers, but we'll give some. When you go to Canada, because Canada is less important than America, they changed the graphics to look like a top-down NES game. And all the enemies, like the bears and stuff, are all like badly pixelated looking ones. It's fucking hilarious. They take the piss out of the genre multiple times. Like when someone, like right as they're about to fight, he goes, "Okay, I'm going to attack him now." And Carl goes, "Wait, you can't attack him yet. You got to wait your turn." He's like, "What? What do you mean? Can't I just attack him now?" He's like, "No, it's like the olden days where everything was turn-based." He's like, "Well, that sucks." And Cartman goes, "I know it sucks balls, but that's the way we do things." And then you start to fight. They take the piss out of Skyrim, which is awesome. They also do the bit which I found absolutely hilarious with Mr. Mackey, where he's like, "This is not a game. This is not a game, okay?" And he's like, "I mean, all you got to do is get the bronze key to get the silver key to get the gold key, then fight the boss, and then you can come through here. Does that sound like a video game to you?" And I'm like, "That's fucking hilarious." It really is hilarious, and they mention loads of old references to episodes, and they do loads of references to games in general, to the genre of RPGs in general, which actually makes it pretty fun. I thought that was awesome. Like, this isn't a slight spoiler. You fight Al Gore in there over Man Bear Pig. And when you beat him and you beat Man Bear Pig, you get a weapon. But when you look on the weapon, like the stats it says for like in RPGs, they have them in this game for weapons, and the actual stats, except for the weapon you get off him, which one of the features of one of the stats on it is this one is 100% green, so you are saving the environment by using it. And I'm like, wow. But yeah, the game is just awesomely fun. It's loosely based, or I should say the episode is more based on this, but it's got some similarities in terms of character designs and powers and stuff with the 3-part Black Friday episode. Like, for example, Kenny is Princess Kenny once again, which is hilarious, but Yeah, I love that game. I completed it, but I love that game. But the only reason I completed it isn't that it's really short. It's that once I started playing it, I couldn't stop. I mean, I literally went most of the day when it came out after I got back and stuff. I'm playing it and I'm like, cool. And I'm playing it and stuff. I'm like, my hand's starting to fall asleep here. Okay, I'll just take a break for a second. I mean, I've only been playing this a couple of hours. I look up and I'm like, holy fuck, it's been like 9-10 hours. What the fuck happened to my time? But, yeah, South Park, The Stick of Truth, available now on PS3, 360, and PC. Also worth noting, the European one is censored, which annoyed me because they're censored. The scenes that are censored are the abortions and the anal probes, like we mentioned. The anal probage, all 5 scenes, are all within like a couple of minutes of each other, so you keep getting the screen. Same thing with the abortion ones where they are. So, but that's the only time it's censored. However, apparently it's not censored on PC in Europe.
Oh, nice.
In Europe, it's not censored on PC, which is pretty cool. Yay for PC users, but I was like, I want it on a console, and I didn't really mind the censorship because Matt and Trey actually put effort into apologizing with that stuff. So that was pretty cool, and I want to say my favourite part of the game, but it's a huge spoiler, which we'll go into more in the review, because it's so, like, right near the end. But, yeah, that's what I played this week. Over to one of you two.
Alright. I have played a series of games. I've played Payday with you guys, I believe. That was fun. I think we're like level like 40 something. We're high up levels now. I feel like we're almost like, pros.
Payday 2.
Payday 2, that's right. So I played that.
We actually completed that stupid big oil job.
We did. I should have mentioned that to our mind, but one of you guys we could balance and mention it.
So yeah, we did that crazy like mission and stuff. We kept like dying, and I'm surprised. Just like Wrecker, no, you just go. You'll save us all. You can survive it. And so we played that.
Yeah, and all you'd hear every few minutes when Stacy went down was, "Help me, Baldy One Kenobi, you're my only hope. Help me, Baldy One Kenobi, you're my only hope." And I don't know why she kept repeating it, but she did.
That's funny. So for other games, I've played Oblivion, but I haven't so much played as that because I'm on this really annoying part where it doesn't save as much, and I don't feel like repeating the same dungeon again.
Can't you press start and go to save?
Yeah, but I kept forgetting.
That doesn't seem like the game's problem.
That's what I said. That's not the game's fault.
Yeah.
I know.
She was trying to Marcus Shadow it.
It's just annoying. So then I started playing Tales of Vesperia, and I continued on from the last time I played, like, I don't even know when I started playing this game, like forever ago. So I'm continuing on that file.
2011.
No, it's at least like 2005, because that's like the last, I don't know.
I would take piss with just a random date. That would have been, actually, the date to have been, that would have been spooky as fuck if I'd been real.
Oh no, like, I actually don't know, because that's the date, at least, that's the date my Xbox thinks it is, 2005, so I don't know if that has to do with anything. I have no idea when I last played this. It's
because you haven't remembered to change your Xbox date, which is probably a fault of the console.
Maybe. Anyway. So whatever. The Xbox is weird. So, but I'm actually, playing stuff on it again, so how about that? Dusting it off. At least it's not my PSP that never, is so neglected it should just go die. Anyway, so I'm
I
playing...
believe your parents did the same about you.
Probably would, at least my mother.
What, you can't see your parents being like, well, that daughter's so neglected, she should just go off and die.
Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised, but at least my mother thought that, voiced that at least once in a while.
No, you should be nice. We all know your mother listens to this show.
That's funny.
Hey, when we first started, you said she was listening.
And now she gave up. She doesn't listen to anything or do anything at all.
Oh God, we lost a viewer. We must go back to the status quo, as WWE says.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think those are all the games I've been playing. That's it. Richter?
Okay, wait for it.
Oh, yeah.
It's the games that no one's heard about. It's Richter Hammer.
Yeah. So, yeah, this week I played some more Atelier, Eska, and Logi. I don't think anyone's heard of that except me. Okay.
I'm gonna assume
Yay!
not make up his words.
Yay, Richter was like, no, last week he heard of 2 games, I must go more obscure. Further
I
down
thought
the rabbit
Magus was.
hole.
I have no idea how you even heard of Magus. I didn't until it came out. So.
I just it was one of my friends who's been playing that.
Oh.
Ironically, one of my friends is actually big into like the Japanese games and stuff, and like a load of weird Richter style games. I don't mean weird like that. I just mean weird as I haven't heard of them. And I'm like, oh, cool. And they're telling me, they were telling me about it. I was like, oh, cool.
But yeah, I was playing some more of that. I played, I think, most of the Atelier games, and this one I really like this one. Just for the basic thing of what I really like the best is that you play as an alchemist, so you have to make crap. So there's a lot of gathering, a lot of making stuff. But when you make battle items, like bombs and healing stuff, you can use them a certain number of times before they go away. But then when you go back to town, it refills them, which is new to the series, and that's really awesome because now there's like almost no challenge because you can just nuke groups of guys, which is really fun.
Nice.
But that's really cool. It came out this past Tuesday, March 11th. Available on PSN for a digital version, or I believe there's a disc version. I'm not sure, but it's a full PS3 game.
Which one did you own?
The digital one.
Oh, so I think we know which way Richter's going to go in our massive debate later.
For one part, yes. Which will tie into what I do, but the other game I played a lot of this week was Tokiden on the PS Vita, which I mentioned the demo probably a month or 2 ago, where it's basically the Dynasty Warriors version of Monster Hunter. And that game is really fun. I like that game. I still have yet to play multiplayer. I'm right now just going through the story mode because they actually bothered to put in a story mode, and I don't know if that's good or bad yet.
In English.
Yes.
Yes, is it in English?
Oh, yes.
Ah, good. I wasn't sure if that was one of those games you had to import or something, so I was like, if it's in English, cool. Could possibly check it out if it's on a system I own.
Yeah, it's not.
If it was not in English, I bet the story mode would not be as...
It's only on Vita. But, yeah, it's a lot like Monster Hunter, but also, there's definitely some key differences that some people would like. It's much more fast-paced. You don't take as much damage. Fights tend to be quicker.
Do you pose when you drink a potion?
No.
Oh, thank God.
No, you don't even have potions. You basically equip jewels, for lack of a better term, to your weapon. And the default, basically if you hold the R button while you're standing still, and then you hit one of the face buttons, it'll activate a skill. And the default, I believe, on every jewel is the hold R and hit X will heal you, and it's just like instant.
Nice. Because while Monster Hunter's cool, I do hate everything you use, like the Sharpies. It's like it's designed just to make you run away to the next area and do stuff, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I have long hated I have to flex after I drink a potion, because it's like, why would you be so happy? Usually the monster's going to run you over.
I don't know about you, but that's what I do every time I have a Coke. I'm like, sip. What you gonna do, brother?
I think
that's how I got kicked out of Starbucks.
One thing I like better in Monster Hunter is whenever you complete the quest, they flex, but it's funny because if you look at them, they actually pretend to drink the potion first, so it's literally the same animation when you complete a quest. They're that lazy that they didn't make just you do the flex one. They bothered to make you do the whole potion animation. Nice. Yeah, there's no sharpness in Tokiden, which is cool. You do have a stamina meter, and it refills way faster than Monster Hunter, and the weapons have different abilities. I would say more so than Monster Hunter. It's a lot more mystical a game. And one thing that's kind of cool is you basically get a sort of like a detective mode where you can see the like where enemies are and sometimes hidden items. But the best use is like the bigger monsters. It'll show not exactly. Well, it'll show their health. It'll show all the monsters' health if you're looking at it. But it'll show the body parts how much damage they've taken. So like they start white and then they go to yellow, orange, red. And then when they hit red and you damage them enough, it'll break off and like actually the guy's leg will go flying off. And then you can go and I think you like purify it or something. I don't know, but you have to stand there and wait for it a bit. And the more people that do it, the faster it goes. But then that's how you loot the body parts.
Nice.
And they actually get like then like a phantom version of it. So it's kind of silly because it doesn't actually really detract. Well, not every body part does that, but like arms and legs, stuff they actually need for their attacks and to move around, they get like a phantom version. But it's kind of cool that you actually just sever off parts and then you go and like sit there and like chant near it to purify it, and the guy's stumbling around with like phantom limbs.
Do you ever do the Dragon Ball Z thing of once you knocked off their arm, be like, "Ha, have you seen my arm? You can't miss it. It's green."
No, but I should.
That sounds weird.
Well, Piccolo, what are you gonna do? But yeah, it's a pretty cool game. Hopefully, I will do some multiplayer by next week. So we'll see how that goes. But that's all I've played this week.
Nice.
Alright, yes, that takes us into our discussion topic, which is digital versus physical. Go!
Let's get physical, physical.
Or not!
Yeah. I'm gonna argue right now and settle this entire debate. Physical is better because there's no song out there that says "Let's get digital."
That's right.
Okay, join us next week on next year.
That'd be so hilarious. If we actually had a discussion like that.
Yeah, that's how the discussion ends. But no, who's gonna go first?
Well,
I
sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
Okay, I generally like physical, but I bought like a few digital ones just for like bonuses or whatever, just because I know that I got it, you know, because I don't like trust a lot of stuff. Because like because knowing my luck, like everything will just freeze up and die, and you know, like lights on fire, and you know, my cat will spill my drink all over it.
Could you do us a favor, Stace? When you're talking, can you move your tinfoil hat up just slightly so it doesn't pick up on the mic?
Wait, what?
It was a joke, sweetie. Let's ignore it and move on.
Okay. So yeah, I like physical ones, and these are ones I think are good for promotions though. If they offer like a really good like promotion, then you'd be like, hell's yeah. But otherwise, you know, like Steam is fun, but like I can't like play a lot of stuff on it because like my computer's not good enough. So that's really annoying. That's like another.
That's Steam's fault.
It is totally Steam's fault. How dare they make things that my computer can't handle? God damn it. It's completely Steam's fault.
Yep.
So, yeah. Well, if I got it not digital, then I would totally have, you know, like, I could play it.
Yeah.
So it's totally their fault.
I'll say for this one, I lean on the side of physical. I prefer physical stuff because, like, you can look at the box and stuff like that, and you used to get instructions with it, which was always helpful if you got a new player around that didn't know what to do. It's like read the instructions. As well as that, you know nothing's going to go wrong if your hard drive crashes or anything like that. You know, okay, you got the physical stuff, cool. Digital stuff, I don't like as much. Now, there's two ends of the spectrum as well with the pricing of physical stuff. Either A, it's a lot more expensive, like the PS3 store is for some of them, where like a game comes out in the shop and it's £40. Brand new game, £40. On the store the same day, £50 or £60. It's like, wow, for that price, I could have fucking got a taxi to the store, picked up the game, got a taxi back home, played it, and still saved money. And been faster, which is like, wow. The other end of it is the Steam end, where a load of PC people have it in their heads, but they need to wait for the Steam sale for games. Where, like developers have said in the past, apparently what that does when they wait for the Steam sale is the games that are worth like 50 or 60 quid or 40 quid or whatever when they come out on Steam, and a lot of PC players wait till like £4 or £5, and they always use some sort of like fucking mental gymnastics to try and make out what they're doing is the best thing ever because of, oh yeah, the developers shouldn't charge so much for the game. And it's like, come on, a game like Tomb Raider, let's say, when it came out, it's only just become profitable, they've said, because how much money went into making it. And you could argue, oh, well, they spend too much money on it. Yeah, but if they don't, you're going to complain about something. The fact that they spend that much money polishes up the game, gets great fucking voice acting, great story. I mean, take Tomb Raider. Besides the multiplayer, which was a little like the Uncharted shitty tagged-on multiplayer, the actual game itself, the single player to the new Tomb Raider, was solid, great story, brilliant graphics, great... I'm getting feedback off someone.
Not me.
Okay, but yeah, I was saying, and also great, like, voice actors, and everything in that game seemed good. And when they wait for, like, the £5 ones or something like that, the developers aren't going to get half the amount of money that they would have, and therefore the games aren't going to be as successful, and therefore they're not going to make sequels, because as far as they're concerned, it's non-profitable. Whereas a physical game, like with consoles, where people go out on the day and buy the physical game because they always cost more than like the Steam games and stuff, it's giving them more money, so that's always a plus. Plus, physical games means people like GameStop and places like GameStop and stuff have jobs, which is important for the economy. And as well as that, you can get a game like, let's say you get a game like Aliens, Colonel Marines, or Duke Nukem Forever, you know, all those infamous games like that. I don't mean the infamous series before someone thinks that. I mean games that are infamous for being bad. And instead of just being stuck with them because it was digital, you can fucking take them back to the shop and at least get something for it, or sell it on Amazon or eBay or something. You can't do that with digital.
Yeah. I was just thinking, what if you could refund DLC, you know? Like
yeah. But I'll stop there. And what's your thoughts, Ricky?
Personally, I do prefer physical, but after all the years of me keeping all my crap, I have lots of stuff, so I can see the appeal of digital. And just from the perspective of getting review copies, I really like digital, because I could see how it would be easier on their end to give out a code rather than mail a physical disc. Because even though it is, usually faster when it comes out to go buy the game at a store, come back and actually play it versus downloading like a massive, 20 gig game. But when they give you the code, it's still faster than them having to mail the disc to you. And I think that while I prefer physical, digital has actually some really good, purpose, especially for like journalistic stuff of like getting copies out to people to review and stuff.
Oh, I could totally agree with that, because at the end of the day, with that one anyway, it's going to be free, regardless whether it's physical or digital, so that doesn't really, it's not like, oh my god, that's costing someone a job, because at the end of the day, it's just not the disc, it does not make an extra disc to give away, which technically would cost them money, because of buying the disc. It may be like $1, but still.
Yes, and also if there's unscrupulous journalists, they can't just sell it.
Yeah.
Like actually get money from it. It's like, no, you're stuck with it. Okay, fine.
Yeah, Richter. No. I know you haven't done like you said, you got loads of shit. But yeah. It's also a case of, with the digital stuff, I've bought some digital stuff as well, I will admit, which is good for, like, for example, I got Diablo digital. The reason I got digital is at the time, my PS3's like laser eye, or whatever you want to call it, was sort of going blind. My PS3's eye had cataracts, but I don't know, I'm not a mechanic, but no. All I know is...
I'm not a rocket surgeon.
Yeah, I'm not a rocket surgeon. I don't know. I'm not some big city gamer like you guys, but all I know is, no, I put the disc in and it didn't go. So basically... So basically I got the eye wasn't working properly. It took fucking forever to go in there, so I was like, oh, fuck it. And I downloaded, like, Diablo, and I paid for it and stuff digital, which I've done for some games as well, because you get the benefit of, if it's on the hard drive, it runs faster, which now games are installing anyway, so that's a completely moot point. But for something digital, like, online, making it run faster is always better, because it will play based on how fast your game can read it, plus how fast your internet is. Which means you want both of those to be good, if that makes sense. But it's...
Yeah.
And also with the digital stuff, I can also see, like, Richter's point of... Now, admittedly, this one, it's sort of the job thing again, but it's like the rentals. PlayStation are going to be offering rentals soon, apparently, for about $5, $6 or so, and you can rent a disc when they do their
Okay.
yeah, that's it. Whatever the fuck it's called, Gecko Gex, the lizard type dealio, where that's how you do it.
Gex Bubsy.
Yes, where it's all like that technical at this point, which some people may not have been able to follow. But no, you can rent them for like, say, $6 or something like that. So between you download them and you've got like so many hours after you first hit play to play the game. And then you rent it, which is fine, because that means you don't have to go all the way out, rent something, bring it all the way back, and then go all the way back just to return it. It's cool, that'll save the customer a little bit of money and stuff like that in a good way. On the flip side of that, I'm also like, that's going to affect stuff like, and I know these ones aren't jobs, but Redbox or Blockbuster, which closed down, which was a shame because of everything going digital, which is a shame because people need to learn that digital stuff is great, yes. However, like, for example, Netflix. I love Netflix. Victor knows this. Mm-hmm. Stacey knows this. I love Netflix. They hire less people than Blockbuster. Which means having them succeed and Blockbuster fail meant economy-wise, there's more people unemployed. That's always a bad thing, in my opinion, but I don't know if that's too philosophical or whatever.
No. It's kind of like the Red Box thing. Like, the Red Box employs no people because it's a box, and that made Blockbuster go out.
Yeah, exactly.
I think a person has to fill it, though, Stacey. I don't think it...
Okay, fine. One person.
Yeah, it's like one person per region, but yeah.
One person per region has to go around filling it, and one person has to keep, like, maybe maintain it. So that could be 2 people, possibly. But maybe they'll have a building in the area. They'll hire some people to just track the stuff and all. But that's still going to be less than each Blockbuster stuff.
Much less, yeah, than Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, or whatever.
Blockbuster, what's that? I have no idea what you're talking about. This is every new age kid ever.
Yeah, it's like over here, for the UK people listening, if any UK people are listening, we had a shop, if you guys remember it, called Woolworths. They sold everything. I mean, you could go in there and you could buy a DVD, a CD, a book, you could go in there and buy a pillowcase, garden gnomes, you could go in there and buy toys, almost everything besides groceries it sold. And they even sold some groceries, like packs of pop and stuff, which is good. But when they closed down, because places like Amazon hires less people.
It does.
I mean, Amazon's even finding ways to cost other non-things that are affected by Amazon's job, like sending drones from fucking Skynet out there instead of postmen.
I still want to see mine come in.
I still want the drone to have, like, a physical body, like in a robot. And I want to speak, please sign this package. Open it so I can see it right. And when you open it up, it's like, oh God, you just bought Sex in the City too. Facepalm, 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 facepalm.
Hashtag FML.
Oh, even better. Oh my God, wait. You're a goth, and you've just bought a Disney film? Does not compute, blows up. But I don't think that's ever going to happen. That's off topic. But still, the digital stuff is affecting jobs that people seem to forget. Because everyone's always like, everyone looks at it from their perspective when it comes to these things. Like, if you look at it from some gamers are like, okay, from my perspective, digital's better because it's helping me out. Because I'm saving a bit of money from like Steam and stuff. But what you need to do with situations like this is look at the big picture. The game is saving money. The developer's losing money. And the middleman in between are losing all their jobs, which in turn will affect the gamer because the more people that become unemployed, the more your taxes have to rise to cover them with benefits.
Yeah.
Not sure if that made sense. Everyone was just too quiet. Did that even make too much sense, or that was just not sensible?
I was thinking kind of back to, like, digital books versus physical books, because, like, man, my Barnes & Nobles isn't open anymore. Like, god damn it. Like, what the hell? Sad face.
I prefer physical books for one reason. I've never seen a spider on the floor and gone, and dropped the Kindle.
I have. It still works, but it's not satisfying.
I've never used a Kindle to stop a wonky table, like.
Well, that's true. I haven't done that one.
But no, I'm kidding with that. But I do prefer the physical copy of the book, because call me old-fashioned, while you may have seen on the Comic Zone in the past when it was the first iteration before the reboot, I read comics, yes. I like to hold them in my hand, and I like to turn the pages and read it and stuff like that, as opposed to digital. And I have done it digitally, but holding it in your hand, the feel of the paper, the smell of the ink in the paper, it's magical. It's like, that helps transport you into, I'm reading this comic. It's like, I can just feel it in my hand. Whereas a digital thing, it's like, okay, I'm very aware I'm sliding a screen, if that makes sense, as opposed to this wonder that's in my hand. I don't know if that's just a romanticized look at it or what, but that's how I feel.
It's true, like, you can't, like, smell, like, your Kindle, you can, but it'll smell like plastic, probably, but, man, like, you can smell, like, the ink on the books. Like, I'm glad I'm not the only one who smells books, because my friend said it was weird, but it's not weird.
I don't smell books, it's just I can't help having the book. It's not like I go into like, a library and start going...
Not like that, but I mean, like, you can, like, not that you, like, smell specifically, but it has a scent to it that you can recognize.
It does. And the older the book is, the better. Like, I've got, like, the other week, I busted out the first one of the Star Wars Throne trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's a little nerdy, but I bust that out, and I open up the page, and I'm like, oh god, yes, it smells like a dusty book. This feels more old school Star Wars, because it feels old in my hand, and I'm smelling the dust and the pages and stuff. But yeah, you don't really get that with physical stuff, and it's like one of the things that's good with digital is, like, for example, right now, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do something cool right now, or not cool, but in my hand, Grand Theft Auto 5. While I'm talking to you guys, I can open it up, and oh, what's this inside? I'm unfolding it. A massive fucking map. That's fucking badass. That could go on my wall or a poster, and it's like, that's cool, and yes, this actually does have a map. But yeah, it's like, while I'm watching TV, and I've thought, you know what, I'm just a little curious, I can go and look at, like, the illustration books that come in some collector's editions, or I can do all this. You can't do that with physical. Which, I don't know, but I'll let you guys talk, because I realise I've been talking most during this.
No, it's okay, because, like, another thing is about the,
It's starting to sound like mole rambles for no reason about modern society.
Well, another thing you mentioned is, like, the manuals and stuff. Like, if they send, like, digital only, you don't get a manual. And, like, a lot of times, like with my Harvest Moon game, I think it's on PS2, I think, they had a manual and told me when everybody's birthday was and what, their favorite thing was, and it was, like, and it was kind of like a mini guide, I guess, but it just came with it, you know? And
what they started to do now, though, even on physical, they give you a code, and you have to look online for a digital manual and look for that. That's not the same. I don't have to turn my computer on to use another device.
That is horseshit. If I ever received that, I would go back and complain. I would, I'd make them write it down and give it to somebody, even if it doesn't do anything.
This isn't fucking Mousetrap. I don't want to send up the fucking diver crashing down all the way down to in the basket. No, I don't want to do this shit.
That's like the circle of hell that I had when I filled out my taxes. It says, you have to call a phone call. Okay, and then the phone tells me to use the website, and then the website tells me to call a phone. It's like, stop this shit. It's like, goddamn, I did that for fucking 15 minutes before I got my goddamn answers and shit.
And then when you finally got through to the actual line, it's like, this is the correct phone line for what you need.
I told them that
Our office hours, however, are currently such and such. Please call back down. Just hit. Ah!
Like, I literally should have been arrested because I said, if you put me on hold or transfer me, I will kill a child and it'll be your fault or dead. So don't make me kill a child. I don't want to. Put me to your supervisor right now. Like, I, like, said that, like, literally. I should have, like, frickin', like, I think they were laughing because they were just laughing at how frustrated I was. But, why
do you think Richter took his kid to the fucking Xbox 360 launch? It was like, that's it. Put me to the front of the queue. This kid gets it.
Yeah, pretty much. I like literally said it. I said, I don't want to do it, but it'll be your fault or dead. Like, I'll put on their gravestone, killed by, like, whatever your name was, and then, like, so they just put me up to the top of the line because they just understood how frustrated I was, and I talked to, like, the manager and got everything sorted out.
Victor's wife, do you want to go to Walmart with Daddy? And there's the kid. No, please, not again. Why? Every time he threatens to kill me unless he goes first in the line. Really? Every time? Yeah. Even last week, and there was just one person in front of us. Just one person.
My wife would be like, that's a good idea. Why didn't I think of that? Hey, come on, we're going to go to the store. And he's like, no.
Good idea. You're going to come with me to the woman's store. I assume there's a woman's store. Sells, like, pots, pans, hoovers, cleaning materials.
I was going to say, like...
I thought you were going to say it sells women.
It sells women. If your wife wants to buy other women, you might be out of luck, Richter. I don't know if she's willing to share.
Where's she shopping for my birthday?
Yeah. You can buy women on boobay.com. If you see slightly used, don't touch it.
I thought that's what Amazon sold. Amazon. Oh.
Yeah. When I see a woman online and I'm gonna buy her, I want her to be vacuum sealed, new and mint on card.
Does she still come with her online pass?
Yeah. But no. Did you have anything else to add, Rick?
Just that I think that hopefully in the future they have a way to return digital stuff. That would be awesome. More than just calling and complaining to customer service or whatever. But no, other than that, I definitely agree that physical should not go away just because there are a lot of jobs associated with it that cutting those down is going to be bad for everybody. And at least for me personally, one, at least genre of game that I really don't ever want digital is like RPGs because I don't know, like for some games you want the convenience, if you're going to play it a couple minutes, but a lot of times with an RPG I'm going to play it for like a couple hours, and I really like the permanence of a disc, especially with something you're going to play for 60, 80 hours.
Yep, I could agree with that. And it's like, with stuff like that, you get the permanence, you get the books, as well as that. I don't want to live in a world where the future you have to go to GameStop to get a collector's edition that comes with a statue and a map and a pack and all that. You get it all home and then you have to enter the code to download it. That'll be a horrible, horrible day in hell.
I'd say the digital is the best thing for LAN parties. That's the best thing for it because, my God, what if I got like a freaking game that could have been on Xbox or something, but I don't have Xbox Live, but if I get my computer, I can play with anybody instantly. Boom.
See, that's something I had suggested to the Crispy a while back that I thought they should do with Game over here, which is like your GameSpot. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys would agree, but I'm like, okay, Crispy owns, so let's say he owns Call of Duty Ghosts on Xbox 360. Mm-hmm. All of his friends buy it on PS3. Yeah, he's not going to get the online pass, might have to pay for that, but he should be able to go to GameSpot, hand in his 360 version and exchange it with no extra cost for a used PS3 version of the same game.
That'd be nice.
Because it's no skin off their nose which one he gets. They're still making the same amount of profit and stuff. It's just all he's doing is swapping the version so he can play with other people. And he could do that multiple times. Like if he wanted to, he could then go back and like when everyone stops playing on PS3, he could go trade that in and get the PC version and stuff like that, which that would be really convenient. They need to start doing that.
That would be really cool. Because, that's the only... I, always play Left 4 Dead on my computer now. Because A can run it, which is the first thing. And there's online, so I can play with all my friends online, which I could never do because I have those games on the Xbox.
Yeah, I also hate the thing where they keep blaming each other with some digital stuff. Because I phoned up digital people before now to try and get my money back. I have not. because I bought a game called Airport Tycoon. I know that's not a big thing. And I wasn't pausing because everyone would go, oh my god, yes, that game, woo! But I bought that game. That game can run on my PC, definitely can run on my PC. However, it has a slight little error in it that stops it working on every version of Windows 7 and stuff, despite it being saying Windows 7 on it. And despite me passing the test of flying colours on whether or not my PC would be able to use it. And I phoned up I emailed Steam about it. Steam was like, you need to contact the people who make the game directly. I contact them. Sorry, that's not in our jurisdiction. You need to contact Steam. So both of them constantly just swapped the blame, if that makes sense. And it got to the point where I was like, you know what? It's £6, or it was £8, however much it was. At this point, it's not really worth the fucking hassle. Fuck off. And I just stopped fucking emailing them. Because, you know what I mean? I got sick of emailing one to be told you need to go to the other, to email them and be told it's not them, it's the other one. It's like, stop passing the buck and do something.
Yeah. Like, I am in need of assistance, and you are not caring.
Oh, the best one was after I did it, I think I phoned up, I may have phoned up Steam or the other company, was one of the two. At the end, after they didn't help me and told me it was the other person, and then said, if you would like to wait on the phone and spend a few minutes giving us a survey on our customer service, press 1. If not, hang up now. And I'm like, why would I talk about your customer service? You did fuck all. That's almost like troll. But no, that's neither here nor there with the physical and digital.
One last thing I would like to throw out there is, especially with the PS4 and the Xbox One, where the digital version or, mandatory installs are so high, you can't only come with a 500 gigabyte hard drive. Like, we need at least a terabyte as standard, because if everything's going to digital and file sizes are going to get huge, we need, terabyte has to be the smallest version.
I could totally agree with that. And I will admit, with that one as well, that's something else that's beneficial with physical. You get Call of Duty Ghost, you pop it in, and with its mandatory install, it literally goes, boom, done. Same thing like Lego Marvel and stuff, boom, done. It does. How fast are those fucking mandatory installs with the disc ones, Stace?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, now imagine if you had to download that 40 gigabytes.
Then my internet would just light itself on fire and I wouldn't have a house. It would just give up at that point.
Be that dude's porch.
It would just be like, nope.
You walk in and the hub's hung itself on its own wire.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't understand. It was wireless.
It was wireless. But no, I think we touched upon it pretty good, this one.
Yeah.
But I think there is benefit to digital, like Victor said as well. I think there is benefits to digital. It's just I don't want to see physical go away.
Yeah.
As long as the physical's always going to be an option, I'll be happy. It's like movies, and I'm only saying that quickly. I've watched a movie digitally and also through TV where movies in 3D. And I was completely underwhelmed by the 3D effects. And I'm like, this doesn't look as good. And then I bought the Blu-ray on Blu-ray 3D. I popped it in. I was like, whoa, it actually has 3D. And the only reason I bought the Blu-ray 3D wasn't like, you know what? I'm going to prove they were idiots and buy it like that. No, I bought the 3D one because it came with an extra feature. And I'm like, fuck it. And I bought the 3D one. And I thought, fuck, I'm watching 3D again. And I'm watching like, whoa, on the Blu-ray, the 3D effects are amazing. On the digital and stuff, it's not quite, which means I don't know if digital and stuff can actually do the same 3D-ness that the physical one can, or if they just haven't mastered it yet.
I do not know.
Alright, so I think we wrapped that up. So, join us next time on another episode next week of XGR!
That's all, folks.
Alrighty.